Good afternoon. Let's see. See if we actually get anyone today with Thanksgiving weekend. The likelihood of us getting anyone tomorrow is extremely low. Like incredibly low.
We have dedicated customers that love our product. They'll definitely be here.
So someone's joining. Jeff Humphrey. All right. As always, you can ask in chat QA or just raise your hand. Jeff, you're our only guest at the current moment, so if you've got anything, just pop that hand up and I'm happy to attempt to answer it for you. How are you, sir? What can I help you with?
How's it going, Will?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Good. Hey, I did have a question today.
Yeah, please.
So I was trying to. So I've messed around with the flows for like check-in and the repository and stuff before.
Okay.
I was trying to see if I could somehow tie in a filter to the list of items that are going to be downloaded when
Okay.
you download the branch from the repository. But I ran the profiler on that function and I didn't get anything showing up in the profiler. So I just wanted to see if that was because it was like a code only function. Or maybe you don't expose.
You're talking about like the checkout action specifically?
Yeah, the download action from the repo.
Download action. Point me at that action in the portal. That's like on the designer repo actions.
Well, I think it's I think it's in the repository only because it's only on a branch folder.
It might be.
You can right click on a branch folder and say like download the branch or get resources modified after.
I see. That might be code only. Let me see. I could see App Store. See if I can use App Store here. I bet that's code only, but you might be able to custom create one.
Or some other way to do that, or some other hint. There is a setting for the. I think there's a setting for the check-in on the dev server.
Setting for the check-in.
Yeah,
like
don't include unit tests and stuff. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, you want to not download, but like for you're not doing checkout. You're just doing the download action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Designer repo projects. All right, so if I look at one of our projects here, right, and I go to trunk, which is our only branch, I have a download, one of these.
Yeah, just like the downloader.
Yeah, I am. Let's just see. I am certain that is, come on. Where did it go? Is it hiding somewhere? Oops, folder tree. Come on. What's going on here? Was it graying everything out? Record, yes. Oh, okay. Let's try this. All right, so download. Maybe. Yeah, there's not even, I think that this is just in code.
I mean,
But you
that's
could, I mean, like you can look at I think you can check the type. Oops. So you can get the project elements, right? So like, let's look at one that's probably a flow here, right? Like, or let's see, download as a specific revision. Is this a decisions form? Ooh, that might not be a decisions form. That looks like a property grid. Download as of date. That looks like a property grid. Let's see, download resources. Download resources progress is a data type. That's not helpful. Yeah, I think you'd have to build a flow and you could put it, I mean, so the trunk object is what? So if I look at trunk, it's a folder. It's probably a particular type of folder behavior. So you could create a custom download action for sure. And I'm sure it's like a repository resource. Let's see, this is what type, folder behavior type, entity type name. Okay, just folder. That's not very helpful. And then you just have to get resources. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to advise you on the particular steps here. But like maybe if we looked at like the checkout, what does checkout flow do if we looked at that on an app server? Checkout project, right? No? Okay. Let's see here. Checkout resources status, large count. Let's use dependencies. And from that we'll find, oops, not that. Let's go checkout. There's that. And then the flow would be checkout progress. I don't think this is what I want. This is just yeah, this is the active form flow. Come on, check out resource status, check out errors. All right. Import repository resources. Here we go. So get previous import, flow download resources, start import resources, retry. So it just pulls them in, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I don't, not sure exactly, Jeff. But that action does appear to be code. It doesn't appear to be an entity behavior of any kind. So I think you're right on that. And yeah, I think we probably need support's help to try to figure out how to do that. I'm sure it's possible with a behavior for us to exclude unit tests in the project download action. I'm just not sure exactly what steps to use there. Unfortunately.
I just thought I'd check them out. I had some time. I thought I'd see if I could. Because what I do now is I download the branch and then I just open up the zip file and remove like the underscore unit test underscore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all because of our environment setup where we have the dev servers, more than one dev server pointed at the repository.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have the unit tests checked in because we want them to go back and forth between the two servers as we alternate.
Right.
But when we deploy to QA, we download it and import it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's not your problem. That's just how we do it.
No, I mean, because I love the idea because we're working on some designs for projects where you could like edit a rule and push that rule like automatically to a test environment and read the unit test data off to create some like JMeter load tests.
Oh.
And I love the idea of that unit test not going into prod, right? Of it being capable of understanding the environment it's pushing itself to so that it stops with test, right? Or staging. Because realistically, the unit test doesn't need to be, I would argue it probably never needs to be on prod, but at least it should be configurable to do it. So it's probably a pretty straightforward feature request for us to give you the ability to exclude unit tests in their related content, because there's probably things you're missing that way, maybe like the unit test folders, things like that you might still be sending to prod, given on how you're filtering out the zip file.
Oh, I think I'm pretty solid on removing right stuff. So. Like I'm removing the unit test folders, the unit test rule, the unit test, the sample data. That's all. So I could put in a ticket if you think it's worth the trouble.
I mean, let me just I'll do this. I'm adding this to like our repo enhancement doc right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think that's probably better than just getting a ticket in. Because I think you should also.
Yeah, I think it might be on the list because I remember talking about that with Heath. They pulled me aside when I was down there last time and just asked for features I thought would be good for the repo stuff.
Got it. Yeah, let me double check and confirm, but if not, it's definitely on my list now.
Okay.
And we can work on that. There's some big repo server changes due up this year or next year. For us to try to fix a lot of the usability complaints that we get about it right now. How is y'all's repo server experience currently? Like workable? You guys sort of learned how to use it, and so you don't hit issues anymore.
Yeah, it's been really good actually. I mean, so I think it's been pretty flawless lately. Yeah, it wasn't like the first couple of years we were kind of limping through, but it's also somewhere in the middle of version 7 on one of the upgrades, and then it was version 8. It's really fast now.
Okay.
Like our main project's got like 6,000 some objects in it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I
Now
know
it's only taken like maybe 1.5 or 2.
Your audio's breaking up a bit, Jeff. Sorry. You're saying what was the time change?
The performance, I think it went from creating a branch or downloading the whole project went from like 45 to 50 minutes to 1.5 or 2.
Okay.
So that's pretty significant.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear.
We've been pretty happy with that.
Are you guys have been using it for a while? Are you guys exploring or have a need for more like continuous delivery type patterns? I mean, I know the repo server doesn't support that without some custom behaviors and other work.
We don't really use that so much. All of our deployments are pretty intentional. So
how often do you guys deploy these days?
Like to production once every 2 months or so. So that means there's a QA deployment usually halfway between there. So every month we do something along that line. So.
Gotcha. How many changes are in it made in those 2-month windows, if you had to guess?
I would say average of maybe 45 or 50, resources and decisions.
Okay.
So, and it's been really manageable, especially since, way back in the day, you added that feature where you can download resources modified after a specific revision.
Right. Is that how you guys are doing it?
Yes.
Doing partial sort of check-ins or checkouts based on last checked in revision?
Yeah. So what we'll do is the sprint will go for quite a while, and then I'll have maybe 3 or 4 dozen check-ins in the new branch, and I'll tag it as deploying the QA, creating the QA package. And I'll grab everything after the initial check-in, and then from there, as people work through bugs, I'll grab everything after that check-in for the next we call it an addendum,
Hmm.
and then just deploy that handful of objects. And it's been really sustainable.
One thing we've speaking of unit tests that we have had some requests for that we've been trialing and some changes to the checkout flows or the check-in flows is we had a customer ask us for the ability to confirm and run unit tests on check-in.
Oh,
So, which I think is a great idea. So like, does this flow have a unit test? And actually they wanted it to be configurable. So are there 3 unit tests on this object? Yes, great. Run all 3. Do you get passing results? Yes, great. Allow it to be checked in. Otherwise, if there's not unit test coverage and the unit tests don't pass, you can't check it in. And I think I really think that uh, that's something we're going to move towards is allowing you to control more explicitly the kind of like the minimum viable sort of um, check-in state, right? Because right now it could be 0, it could be none, they could all fail. You don't actually know, right?
okay.
And so there's some changes like that, but that's also just like we've just sort of trialed some changes in the check-in flow itself for the customer who is interested in that. But it seems to work pretty well.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like a really cool option, actually. So I haven't seen a roadmap, or I haven't done one.
Yeah, we're doing them every other week on Thursdays.
Okay,
And you can sign up for them through the main site.
okay.
I think on events, maybe. Submerse. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Platform Insights, product roadmap biweekly.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yep.
I mean, it's just high level. Is that looking like something that's like in the next version completely, or is there like a beta out or something in version 1?
We are getting ready to start the beta for V9 because we're going to launch. V9 will launch in Q1 of next year, probably end of Q1. So we're about to start the beta for that. There's some pretty substantial changes to how projects are organized and managed to make things easier. The deployment changes I'm talking about here are probably going to be like, say, 9.5 or something like that. So kind of mid to late next year.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting ready to launch V9 with some big changes in how we think about projects and manage projects, and just make it easier to look at a project holistically instead of needing to I mean, a lot of stuff I'm sure you have already created, so it's probably not it's hard to maybe remember all of the learning you had to do all those years ago getting started. But we think there's some simple centralization and optimization about moving things into the project that makes things easier to see. Like, for example, like just seeing like all the validations in a particular project, right? Like at the project level, where are all the rule and flow validations for this current project? Rolling that up into some kind of holistic health score, having that all be broken out project by project. That's what the big effort is for the next major release due out early next year.
Okay,
So
cool. Well, thanks for the info, Will.
yeah, you bet, man. Happy to help. All right, let us know if you guys have any other questions.
Okay.
Yep, you're welcome, Jeff. Happy to help. I think we'll go ahead and call it. No other questions coming in, Vitaly, unless you got something, sir. Next release is due up in. Oh, why am I not signed in? Let's try this again. Do. Right now, we have probably one of the last near-term releases of 8/17 is currently due out in December 6th, on December 6th, excuse me. Thank you, Will. Yeah, you bet. You should be able to see that in the support portal if you log in the top right-hand corner. It should, I don't think I can show that, but it should show that in the top right-hand corner. All right, I think we'll go ahead and call it. You're welcome, man. But it should be available in the support portal if you want to keep current on that as we change it. All right, thanks everybody. Tomorrow we've got Dylan, so Dylan will probably have another easy day considering it's Thanksgiving weekend or Thanksgiving week. Appreciate everybody. Have a great day and happy holidays if you are in America. Thank you. See you. Bye.